there is no way these kids are gonna make it. There's just no way. There's just like no way all those kids are gonna make it. There's just no way. They're just kids. There's just no way that they're all gonna be able to escape. Obviously, there's just no way. That's what we all expected. But it didn't happen. It really stunned me by the way it was done. I was scared because I thought it wasn't going to meet my expectations. The way the writer can get me like that blew my mind. I was kind of scared because I thought it wasn't going to meet my expectations. Oh my god, the way I was at the edge of my seat, the way you control me like that and make me not really know what's going to happen next, really blew me away when I saw that. I was very, very worried to not meet my expectations. The way the writer can use tension in this series amazes me. I was scared because I thought it wasn't going to meet my expectations. I was like, wow, I like the way this series gives me this feeling. I was scared. So just job well done for doing that. I was scared that this is going to really make me feel scared. We don't know what to expect in the future chapters, which I am very excited for. I was kind of scared because I thought it wasn't going to meet my expectations. I'm normally someone that would not watch a series like Oculus Trip. I usually avoid these type of series, but somehow when I was watching this episode, I liked it enough.
He's just reaching for something positive to say to justify the fact that he enjoyed this episode, but really he just keeps repeating himself and he keeps saying unnecessary words like but however, and like saying the same things over and over and over again about how you don't like fan service, about the art style, the style of it is appealing. I also like the art style.
I'm going to express my emotions in a way for you all could see truly how I feel. I cannot express this. Very fucking scared. I never expected to even get this far with doing reviews. So the art style, however, traditional art style, however, the way the art style is with the art style, however, you can see how the art style, I'm working hard to improve. This really makes me want to cry. If you do not like episodic series, this series seems like it's going to be episodic series that progresses with plot, the type of series this is going to be. It's going to be, this series is going to be one of those series that, this series could necessarily be one of those series that, how sad this series, and that's kind of what the series is about. I'm working hard to improve. This is touchy. This is just one major step on our climb to growing an awesome, badass community. People in a bad point of their life to where they make the wrong decision, and then they get in an even worse position than they already were. You have these emotions, he offers you something, you take it, and then it turns out you're in an even worse position than you were in the first place. And personally, that's very enjoyable. There was detective work going on through this episode. When he got into that dress this week, I'm like, trap! It's a trap! Man, that's fucked up. Like, it'll probably piss off anyone that has a younger sister. I hope it does serve some form of purpose. If this, like, you know, a series that makes you have to think, fan service, reverse fan service, and a sick-ass bastard killing people, and that is really disturbing. I just hope we get more of that type of stuff, because that's really engaging. It makes me really get more in-depth with this series where I can find out what's probably going on next. Like, it wasn't a smart episode to where I had to put my thinking cap on and discover, okay, so how's this person killing so-and-so? I don't know how I would react to something like that. I cringed. I was like, that bastard needs to be strangled. He straight up does. I saw my best waifu, Holo, in this episode of Arrow Manga Sensei. Yo, like, what? Like, yo! When we had the references to Mahoka, Sword Art Online, and then Spice of Wolf, I was just sitting there, yo, like, what? Like, Holo is like the queen. I was just so happy when that was mentioned. Good stuff, Arrow Manga Sensei. You had me smiling. Kuro Neko had a reference in this episode. And I'm like, yo, like, what? Like, yo! She was best girl of that series. And seeing her pop up, I'm like, yo, like, what? Like, I was very excited and happy, and I had a smile on my face. She is best girl. Like, she's automatic best girl of Orimo. They really wanted to just nail it down to let us know that Sagiri really loves her older brother, and Masamune really loves his little sister. Just do it already. Just fucking make out already. Like, damn, I mean, seriously. It was a good episode, some funny references, and so it's just a great episode. A colossal fuck. Like, his fuck up. Oh my god. How do you mess up that hard? Like, oh my god! The mother abused her so much that she pretty much fucking died. I have so much fun watching these episodes. The mother is a character written to be hated. We know she's written to be like this. That's disgusting. Like, I am so disgusted. Such good content we got. The teacher just pegs to be suspicious. I mean, he's a teacher, you have a bunch of these children. I instantly peg the teacher because he's around children and stuff. So, really cool stuff there. We know it's a guy, he wears some form of glasses, so this dude has a lot of political power. So fucking good for this series. I just couldn't help but smile, have fun watching the 3 episodes. Well done, Promised Neverland, for giving us a character like Sister Crone. Had this aura come off her where you're like, holy shit, she's evil. Fuck you all. I want to just ruin everyone. If I'm going to fucking die, I'm taking all of you bitches down with me. She did it for her own selfish reasons. Just seems to be like, you know, a fodder villain. I did not think a character like her would be written so well.
Yes, they flesh them out a few minutes before they kill them. The laziest way to try making you give a shit.
That was such a good way to kill off a character. I did not think. Carnegie has been through so much, he has reinvented himself so many times, that is not something you would see in a fucking shonen. It's for adults. He had 10k RC cells. That is not something you would see in a fucking shonen. It's for adults. Almond's RC cell levels are fucking broken. That is not something you would see in a fucking shonen. It's for adults. I don't know how anyone honestly didn't fucking see that.
That youthful innocence really can't be used as an excuse anymore. You really don't seem to know what you're doing.
You didn't see that coming?
This is beyond fucked. Like, this is so fucked.
Get it? It's subversion!
Oh my god! Like, Ashita! Like, yo! You went pure savage! Didn't know you had it in you.
That man is a genius.
People call this a shonen. What the fuck? Okay. This was edgy. Oh my god. Half ghouls killing other ghouls with her head freaking detached, and he's like putting his fingers inside of her throat. I'm like, oh my god, so fucking brutal. That's why I like Tokyo Ghoul. You know, everything is terrible. She has no happiness. There's nothing. She doesn't have any safe place whatsoever. Cracks dudes nuts and then slurps them up like a paste. Just how edgy can we make this episode? Just seeing how he was crushing people's heads, like he would grab that investigator dude's head, slam him up against the fucking wall, and when you saw his head go straight up, you see his hat fly off, you just see blood coming off his face, all he's like, soft chili. And I'm like, yo. Very dragged out and very exaggerated. This is beyond fucked. Like, this is so fucked. It became a comedy at that point. Very good chapter, very solid. Cannot wait for next week. It just kept getting worse and worse. Some form of Jewish star. She's father's Jewish? It's not all about the violence, it's not all about the dark themes, it's not all about the edge. That's so fucked up, it's so sad. It's so funny, but I know it's fucked up. Like, we all know that's fucked up so much. Like, right there, that is so sad. It's so sad, but it's so funny. It was just an episode trying to make you feel bad for the MC. Oh, shit, stop the shit, dude. Stop the shit, chill. Fucking chill. I don't like seeing my shoe like this, man. Just not a fan of a wimpy main character, you know, eventually becoming strong. Also, the character's very OP as well. I'm just not a big fan of that. I'm not a big fan of that, you know, character. Yo! When the man just pours lighter fluid all over him, lights himself on fire. Metal and savage / badass, because that is such a fuck you. I've been becoming the cream of the crop. I've been trying to get to the top, and after all of these years, after all of this careful planning, I can take it all away from them. How pissed off do you think they're gonna be?
Michael Kenneth McClendon began his rampage by killing his mother and burning her home. He then murdered more family members and took off in his car, killing indiscriminately as he went.
Yo! Like, fucking yo! Eat that, you turds. What better way to give them a middle finger than by killing yourself?
He committed suicide, and while he left behind a list of people who had done him wrong, his reason for killing was never established.
That man really prepped up for the end game. This man just went on a pure-on savage spree.
After killing his wife and mother, former Marine Charles Whitman climbed the university's clock tower tower and inflicted almost 2 hours of panic upon the area by randomly shooting passers-by.
Most lit moments. We are very spiteful creatures that will do anything to get our way or to really just piss someone off before we go.
During a midnight premiere of The Dark Knight Rises, James Egan Holmes caused panic with tear gas and guns, killing 12 and injuring 58. He referred to himself as the Joker.
A really good emotion of how humans are and how we will go so far to ruin anything or burn anything to the ground to get what we want or to spite someone to the very bitter end.
George Hennard drove through the window of a Killeen, Texas diner and opened fire. Anger towards women and frustration over losing his job might have been contributing factors.
You're badass as fuck. When you see your own brother burn alive in front of you willingly just to give a middle finger, that is gonna fuck with your head a little bit. Just there's gonna be a lot of things that are gonna scar these kids, but oh my god, so badass.
Columbine was still one of the deadliest ever American school shootings.
I'm just in absolute shock this man did it.
People, that is not the point of the Second Amendment.
I am so mad. I am seeing fucking red. You know what? No, I take that back. I don't even know what I'm gonna do. Just, that's how mad I am. You know what? No, I take that back. I'm mad. I think everybody knows now. You know what? No, I take that back. I am just so mad. I am so fucking mad. You know what? No, I take that back. I'm very sad. Like, it was emotional and I'm like, fuck. You know what? No, I take that back. I like this episode. Don't get me wrong. Just... Okay. Okay. So... I was figuratively slamming my fucking head up against the fucking desk. Like, I was just like, are you fucking serious right now? Like, I have a headache. As you could see, I'm pretty, you know, so... However, I don't even know what I'm gonna do. Woo! Oh my god! Oh my god! Oh, why? I can't. I'm done. I'm done. I'm done. I cannot talk about this anymore. This is not a review. It's just like, oh my god. I want that man to suffer. I really want that man to suffer. I do. I want this man. And everyone that's associated with this dumbass to be executed. This man, it has made me so mad. I have not been this mad in a long time. Fucking out of your fucking mind? Are you out of your fucking mind? Yo, okay, let's just talk about how stupid that is, okay? Are you serious? Are you fucking yo, I am just like, what? This man has transcended the level of stupidity I thought he had. Like, how can you be that fucking dumb? How can you be that fucking dumb? That doesn't even make fucking sense. This man is a whole new level of crust and he is just an asshole, and he's so stupid! Just kill this man. Please kill this man. I want to be very clear with all of you Chibas. I don't want you guys to go to the channel that I want to be talking about and hating on the person, spamming him saying you're horrible or whatever. I don't want none of you to attack the said individual I'm about to talk about.
Mr. Anime Snob, you don't fucking mess with Chibi, okay? You fucking don't. Ready that asshole, boy, cause a train's coming for your ass.
That is not something I want to see, that's not something I support, and that's one of the main reasons why I avoid these videos in the first place.
Chibi mentions me and tries to make me look bad. Obviously, I will not only defend myself, but I will also prove to you all once again what a hypocrite he is, and how brain-dead those who believe him are. In this particular case, I wanted to make a profit. How in hell would that make me money? I never get more than a few bucks in any of my videos. If I really wanted to make a profit, I would be cocksucking every mediocrity that comes out. I would be saying everything surpasses my expectations because I wouldn't have any. And I would be crying about losing my channel instead of making another one in a platform that doesn't even have monetization. I would be like you, Chibi. But you see, that's the thing with these subhumans the generation of millennials is full of. They only think in terms of money and feels. Feels equals quality, quality equals depth, depth equals thinking, thinking equals vlogs masking as reviews, reviews equals profit, profit equals feels, and we are back to the goddamn beginning. There is no room for actual critical thinking. Being critical means you are making bad reviews, because the only reviews that are good are about shows you like, not shows that are actually good. If you're not doing that, well, you're spreading negativity for money. Even though I am not making any money, you fucking subhumans. The dick riders are the ones making money, and I'm not one of them. So take your lies and shove them up your ass where they belong, along with your feels. Fucking subhumans who can't take any negativity.
But Chibi Reviews is a guy whom I used to watch and was a fan of, until I realized that all his videos were exactly the same. You're not reviewing something as a whole, which means you're speculating about the show in small little chunks. So you're not reviewing the show for what it actually is, you're reviewing the show for what you think it's going to be.
One of the best chapters. Ray is dead. That man dead. He dead as fuck. Ray died. He dead. He died. Man dead. Like, he dead as fuck. Officially dead. Man dead. There's just no way you should be able to come back after this one. And if he's not dead, I would call extreme bullshit if somehow he survives. Like, I really would. Glorious chapter. That's a really good troll. Gotta hand it to the writer. I legit thought he was dead. It doesn't go against what's been said previously. I can see this really scarring her because of what she just witnessed. That's traumatic as fuck. Like, that's gonna cause some trauma. Breaking down, crying, and not even knowing what to do. Ray cuts off his own fucking ear. Yo! Wow, that's like a permanent injury. That will definitely cause problems down the road. It doesn't go against what's been said previously. It's kind of sad when you think about it.
Also, there's no real critical analysis with the guy. He just kind of says that he likes something, says that he doesn't like something, that's about it.
The Anime Snob. Oh, I can't wait to fucking criticize you on your videos.
He would pretend to like stuff more because he was afraid of the backlash. And then is like, oh, I'm gonna change it, I'm gonna be honest now. And then when you watch his videos, he's changed absolutely fucking nothing.
Ready that asshole, boy, cause a train's coming for your ass.
There's no actual criticism and dissection of Snob's content, so all of Chibi's response here is just simply, someone said something about me that I don't like, therefore I'm gonna go cry about it on the internet. Just reacting. He doesn't have any legitimate argument against Snob, and he doesn't have any legitimate argument about his content. It's not a legitimate response, it's just simply, I don't like what you said.
Researching you, your videos, compiling your views to dislike ratios, and generally getting ready to talk mad shit on your character online, bro. Mad shit.
He completely contradicts himself and is a complete utter hypocrite about it within the video, since he states that he wants to start a genuine dialogue, he wants to have a genuine discussion with Snob, and yet the video is just him bitching about how he doesn't like what Snob said about him.
Hope you enjoyed being criticized, because you know, what goes around fucking comes around.
Are you lonely? It's just a childish response to say first, and secondly, if you want a genuine debate, a genuine conversation with someone, you don't chuck insults in there.
I want you to be able to fire back at me like you fired back at them.
It's not a very well thought out response, and it's a testament to how Chibi Reviews thinks and how his content plays out.
And he may have said for us not to do this, but I'm only doing what you do to other people back to you. Get fucking ready, okay, bro?
Every single video he makes is on Chibi Reviews, and it's a bit cringy. He basically said for his fans not to attack Snob. When you make a video, regardless of what the topic's on, as long as you're opposing someone, your fans are going to come there to defend you. You're going to see a lot of cringe. Chibi, I do like his videos very much. Anime Snob, I never really liked Anime Snob, but I'm trying to play both sides here equal. Get used to the cringiness. Chibi has done some like hypocritical stuff in the past, things that don't really make much sense. He said mistakes on camera and stuff, but the truth is, everyone is cringy, everyone has their low quality point. Some of us stay low quality, whatever, as long as you're happy with what you're doing isn't hurting others, there's no reason for you to get up in arms about it. I know Chibi meant that lonely thing as an insult, but the truth is, I think Snob really is lonely.
Snob, are you lonely?
I think he meant to insult Snob and get a little, payback in a decent manner.
Do you think any part of your personality needs to be improved? I would have to say my inability to be able to effectively communicate with others.
Diplomatic payback. It's somewhat diplomatic, but whatever. I do think Snob is someone who probably is lonely. I don't think he's lonely. I don't think he's a bad person, but I don't think he's a good one either. Get used to the cringiness. The anime community is well bent on trying to be cool, being this guy who just gets girls 24/7, that's all he's interested in, getting girls.
I want to see some damn bankais, goddammit.
Everyone wants to create this drama, everyone loves drama, everyone wants to see a fight. You could do it, it's a free country. I was a troll in the past too myself. I understand, it's funny. I'm sniffing coke.
When people ask you to have a mature discussion, don't listen to them. Flame and troll everyone. Despite that, you should insist you are mature. That always makes you sound happy. If you have a problem, means you are not mature and you need to grow up. Which means Chibi is very happy because he's 21 and still behaves like a baby. When someone calls you a man-child, reply by saying you are youthful and happy. Unhappy people are old and grey. Happiness is the only thing that matters. Sad things should be avoided because they force you to learn new things. Always ignore criticism by calling it trolling. Play the victim card as means to have the moral high ground. This way you can deny criticism since you are clearly an innocent victim. Always forget people even if they made a strong impression on you. This way you never learn and every day can be a fresh new start for you to repeat the exact same mistakes. Always judge someone from a single video. Never bother to check out more, since just like Chibi, a YouTuber only repeats himself in the exact same way in every single one of his videos. Always judge people by their appearance. If they are fat, old or bald, means that whatever they say is wrong. Only 21-year-old slim babies are correct. Disregard how in about 10 years from now, Chibi will also be wrong all the time. Other legit criteria for judging people is their subscriber number and their fame. The more subs they have and the more famous they are, the more they matter. Which is why we must all listen to what Mysticronexia has to say. Never try to attract attention with your videos. Always aim to remain unnoticed. If you try to make people listen to what you have to say, you're an asshole. Always blame the fans of a YouTuber for supporting someone you do not like. The only exception is when Chibits do it for Chibi, because he's mature and youthful. And finally, always mention Naruto as means to excuse your actions. Naruto tells you to never give up, even if that means remaining a baby who believes in superficial idealism. Thank you, Chibits, for teaching us so many important life lessons on how to behave properly on YouTube.
I love anime and manga. It's my passion. I love that. I had that presence behind me, that negativity. There's a lot of effort put into talking, chatting, discussing things, and then, you know, when I upload videos. And to see how all that was kind of lost, just it made me so upset. I've learned a lot from this experience. I didn't review the series because, to be honest with you, when I was making those weekly episode reviews, it didn't seem like many really cared for the videos. Not many really cared for the series. So I was like, okay, so since not many really cares about the videos and seems to really care about the series at all, I just stopped talking about it altogether.
You never have valid defenses to your claims.
I am going to be as honest as I want to be.
So let's be honest. Chibi Reviews isn't a reviewer.
I've made many mistakes.
And you keep repeating them.
I'm working hard to improve that.
I don't see it.
Are you lonely?
I thought it was somewhat hypocritical for you to say you wanted a mature discussion. And then you throw out the least question and accusation out, kind of.
Is it because you don't know how to interact with others? Do you think any part of your personality needs to be improved? If so, which part and why? I would have to say my inability to be able to effectively communicate with others. Are you lonely? Sometimes I just don't have the ability to make the first step with communicating with others. Is it because you don't know how to interact with others? Or not being able to communicate effectively with others?
Take that, you bald broke fatso!
You're more of a blogger than you are a reviewer.
I want to try my fucking hardest. I want to try.
It's time for you to grow up and learn.
Doesn't it deep down make you feel bad about yourself having to diss a kid that was 21? I am going to be as honest as I want to be.
Even though people don't like me, they don't like what I say, they think I'm an asshole. What's more important, telling the truth or whether or not you like my personality? If you look at a channel and you just there because you like the person, then you a dumb fuck. I wish that people would look past how they fucking feel for a change and just use some damn logic. Facts don't care about your feelings. None of the creators you suck off every day care about your feelings.
You need to tell your audience immediately that this is a heavy video to make and it's an extreme burden on your shoulders. And there's no better way to do that but with a listen.
I have a Patreon account.
Shift blame whatever you could do, okay? Never take responsibility. If you take responsibility, then that's admitting that you're wrong.
That anime snob has been making videos, dissing me and putting me down for the past year now.
Play the victim. You want to make sure that people know that this has been a great inconvenience to you. Bring up something like, let's say, I'm getting cyberbullied.
Anywhere you go, anywhere in life, there will be people that will want to put you down and pretty much break your legs for you can feel shit about yourself and make it feel better.
And that's an effective way to just diminish every other criticism. Oh, I messed up. Oh, well, a few selected people have decided to send mean comments to me. So, I think your point is invalid.
Puts me down. Pretty much everything you could assume imaginable. Pretty much says everything I do is pretty much trash.
Say that you take 100% responsibility.
I'm pretty much a shit YouTuber. I'm in it only for the money. And I'm a man-child, childish, immature.
But then shift it completely to someone else.
For a man to spend an entire year dissing on a 21-year-old, it makes me question, are you lonely?
You know what? This was 100% my fault that you were offended.
Regardless of me being absolute shit, I've made many mistakes, and I've done a lot of things that I'm not proud of.
You start off with a dog. That's an amazing thing to do. You want to bring in like a pet, something that everyone loves. Everyone loves dogs.
So I just got the little thing. Like a cute little Casca. Come here, girl.
You want to make sure that you tell your fans how much you love them right off the bat, and not acknowledge any wrongdoing that you've done. Just that you have just so much love to give.
It makes me happy so many of you do definitely care this much to just want me to continue making videos, and I do appreciate that.
I'm sure he loves his fans, just in the same way you love your money.
He cried for not getting money from YouTube. He could use his secondary channel or his Patreon for not getting money. But no, he cried like a little bitch that he won't do YouTube unless he's getting paid from YouTube.
I never cried personally from it because I'm not a child. You know, he did the mistake of making a tweet first. When you're in a drama or the internet is on your back, you have to sort of assess the situation. It was public record. It was just public. It's your fault. Get it? Shifting blame. This is what I'm talking about. It's your fault. I'm not being disingenuous, and I haven't been lying to you. It's your fault, you know?
I am going to be as honest as I want to be.
So what you want to say is, I'm not making any excuses, but then you can still sort of sneak excuses in there, you know?
I'd rather feel better about myself and say what I truly feel than lying to everyone else and being dishonest.
I'm not making any excuses. I'm not making any excuses. Again, there's no excuse. Continues to give excuses.
I'd rather say what I truly feel and feel good about me. Feel good about myself.
I can't stand this video. It's kind of like some things are just so bad that they're good. This is just bad. I'm sorry.
I feel guilty for what I'm about to say.
Don't try and think that you can trick the internet, because you can't. People are smarter than you think, and they'll see through all this bullshit.
You know what? No, I take that back. I didn't think. He puts his hand on his chin, which means he's lying.
You can clearly see a reward, $5 a shadow and a weekly blog. That's strange. I have seen Chibi's weekly blogs and I've never seen him give a shoutout to nobody.
It still impresses me how Merlin was able to manipulate Zelda so easy. I am going to be as honest as I want to be.
By not mentioning your Patreon.
My dude, were you not listening to her? You shouldn't trust her at all.
Screw all the people who gave me donations to me before and practically scamming them for not giving them shoutouts.
Oh, Zelda's like, you got played, man. Like, my boy, you got played. You got played. Like, the man should have saw that coming.
This guy will never be honest with you. This guy will never tell you the truth.
You need to have evidence before you try to remove or ruin someone completely.
A couple of people increased Chibi's Patreon to over $8,000. And again, no shoutout. It's not like you promised to give them a shoutout or anything.
Nobody wants to listen to the child that cried. Cry, 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 cry. It's disgusting. It really disgusts me. I'm willing to change my opinion if some evidence does come out.
$10 a shoutout in a weekly blog and a Skype call. Screw all the people who gave me donations to me before and practically scamming them for not giving them shoutouts.
You know, there was some ulterior motives behind the scenes. Literally, it's a scam. It's a scam. That's exactly what it is. Over the years, I've gotten better. This is just disgraceful. It is disrespectful, disgraceful. I harbor so much feeling towards it. It's just basically preying upon those that don't really know what they're actually doing. And that is my overall commitment that I want to make. Despite everything, you continue to do stuff like this. It is just disrespectful. They're coming, because I did, offhandedly mention it. To kind of summarize it, it's a scam where you're buying nothing. That's exactly what it is. That is my plan. So there you go. It's disgraceful to see you do something like this to your fans and all that. I love our community. Thank you so much for always being so supportive and being nice to me. That's just used as a way to scam you, to make you feel like you own something that's exclusive, but that's not exactly what it is. So just, thank you, everybody. Hey, we can make quick money off of this. That's what's going on. Imagine your entire 20 years of your past life was just crushed in a few days because of someone that just obviously doesn't like you. One of the writers of this article is actively blocking people on Twitter for being called out. Decided to look up his Twitter and confirm if this was true or not, and apparently I'm blocked. The only post I made is literally like an hour ago talking about how the review/article is just awful. This guy is quick with the block button because of the post. You know this person can't take an opposing opinion if they need to block someone that's never spoken to them. Honestly, I've never seen such a clown before. It really just blows me away. To see how one of the writers is actively blocking people for opposed opinions or discussion, you know you just stepped into a heaping pile of garbage. That's some crazy stuff I've never seen done before. As reviewers or writers, you should always start a new series as unbiased as possible. A new chapter / manga from Ashita Sui, the author of Tokyo Ghoul. It's like if I took my bias from Fairy Tail and then threw it on E to Zero just because it's written by the same author, Hiro Mashimo. I'm going to assume it's going to be per Ashita fashion, and it's going to have a lot of symbolism, really a lot of hidden meanings, some dialogue that really just makes you sit back and think, etc. The whole beginning, like I said, paints the article in a negative light. Seeing something by Ashita Sui again, it just makes me so happy. He's easily one of my favorite mangaka of all time. If they would have cut this beginning part out, then it actually would be a decent review / article. I'm excited. I've been waiting years, man. Like, I could cry. Like, I legitimately could cry. Overall, a terrible article that is just trying to anger fans. So happy I could read his newest work. Shows they never went into this with good faith to begin with. I love you all and be safe. I feel like it is my obligation as a content creator to really just call this out for what it is. This response from YouTube is probably one of the worst responses I think they have ever done to a situation that has been on the YouTube platform. And that says a lot. There's a few things you don't do on the internet, especially as a content creator, and that is, for one, you don't dox people, and secondly, you don't strike criticism. Like, those are, like, certain things you just don't do as a content creator. It was just one of the most evil, vile, and gross things that you can do as an individual. This is worse than just being silent. I feel like if they would have remained silent and tried to act like they had no idea what was going on, I feel like would have been a better response than this response that we got. That's like someone insulting you, and your response to them is breaking their legs. That is what she did. This is a bad response. Just all around, this is a horrendous response to the situation. Basically giving leeway to say, yeah, you can just do this type of stuff that puts people's lives in danger. It's gross. That was the most brain-dead response. So this isn't necessarily anything that is truly damaging to her brand or anything like that. I was just like, shocked. Like, how could someone do this legally? Like, this is wrong. And I talked to YouTube about it, and they're like, you're out of luck. You know, screw off. That's what they told me, basically. And I was really angry. I made this and all that. YouTube destroys channels for less. You literally can get false flagged by automated systems on their platform, and your entire career is destroyed. I have seen it happen to so many people, and the fact that someone could do what Sniper Wolf did here, and get a slap on the wrist, is just outright gross. It is super gross, and it shows favoritism. This is inexcusable, what, happened, and this is a bad response. YouTube would have been better off just ignoring it, not even saying anything, which is crazy to think about. I am not going to look at any content from the manga and just judge my opinion based on that for the anime. I'm going to look at the anime as its own separate thing. Visually speaking, it is a major overhaul / upgrade to the webtoon. I am not looking at any of the opinions or anything I have towards the manga for the anime. Two separate things. You can really just see that there's so much they added in terms of just uplifting the art quality of the first couple of chapters of Tower of God. I'm looking at this from an entirely different perspective, and I don't want to hold any other outside opinions and be biased towards the content of Attack on Titan's anime. Early on in the webtoon, it's very rough, and the writer does get progressively better as the story progresses. I'm going to be looking at the anime as its own separate entity. I'm not going to use any bias or anything I know from the manga to just judge my overall opinion of the anime. It's incredible. It's like night and day in comparison to where, the start of the series is to where I am at in the story. I'm looking at them as two separate things, and I feel like that is the best way to do it going forward. Just separate my bias and look at the anime for what it is, the content and the enjoyment, etc. The artist working on this wanted to keep the roughness of the webtoon, but they uplifted it to make it a little bit better. So I know many probably tuned in on this video probably expecting me to go ham and ranting, etc. I'm not for it. I don't like doing that. That is not something I like to do. If you have read the webtoon, then you know that when it came to the early days of Tower of God, there was not many backgrounds. It wasn't that good. I want to go into this anime and separate the stuff I know and look at the anime for what it is and how good it actually is. Honestly, it is incredible how much detail they put in behind the scenes. It's been a really good anime so far, and that's what I really just want to dive into. Definitely captures what I felt when I was reading Tower of God for the first time. A very emotional episode. It's sad. It's a very sad episode. And there's a lot of emotion throughout this entire episode. There's a lot of emotion. There's sadness. It's crap. It's legitimate crap. Chisato is going to be given a living heart. And maybe he could potentially die, and he might give his heart over to Chisato to be able to live. It's like a big dump was just placed on my table. I'm like, ah, it's crap. I don't really think that she's permanently going to die. That's not how I feel. I'm just more disappointed. I think that would be a really cool story perspective and telling for her character if it does go down that direction. A part really deep inside of me that truly wanted to believe that Bakugo was going to stay dead. I really love this series. It's so good, and it makes so much sense why it's making so many waves and becoming very popular in Japan, and like I said, it's trending almost every single week. What's going on here is typical grade A, creating fake tension to get people hyped up for the next chapter, and then bringing the character back and be like, yeah, character's back, and it's just amazing. It's great. It's great to see that. I love seeing a series I enjoy and I love watching just be a banger, be a solid banger of an anime, and people love it. It is always something I greatly enjoy. I love that little hit of dopamine, seeing, the likes continue to skyrocket. If I had a clown wig, clown makeup, and a clown nose, I would put it on for this video right now that I'm making, because I legit look like a freaking clown right now. Before Neon Genesis, anime had a very different form. It was mainly geared for younger audiences, like children's shows, not the anime that we know today. Gundam did have a very serious start when it came out from Studio Sunrise, but after the first few series of Gundam, it eventually started turning into more of a series for the kids. Viz Media sent me the art book for Neon Genesis Evangelion. I am currently 24 years old. I've made many mistakes,
And you keep repeating them.
I'm working hard to improve that.
I don't see it.
I briefly want to apologize to the mistake I made. For some reason, instead of calling Senku Senku, I called him Senju.
That's it?
I honestly just have no freaking idea how I made that mistake, and I just want to say I apologize.
That's it?
Did not realize I was making a mistake when I was talking about the main character's name.
That's it?
I apologize, I will not make that mistake again, and yeah, so let's continue forward.
That's it?
Doesn't it deep down make you feel bad about yourself?
No!
Having to diss a kid that was 24 years old. I said that if we reached a certain light goal yesterday, that I would do a follow-up video of the Peon Dance, and that light goal was of 1500. As you can clearly see, you guys smashed that goal 2 times over. I cannot express this. Very fucking scared. I never expected to even get this far with doing reviews. I'm working hard to improve. This really makes me want to cry. I'm working hard to improve. This is just one major step on our climb to growing an awesome, badass community. People in a bad point of their life to where they make the wrong decision, and then they get in an even worse position than they already were. You have these emotions, he offers you something, you take it, and then it turns out you're in an even worse position than you were in the first place. And personally, that's very enjoyable. This is a face of a man that realizes once this video is uploaded, this will follow him for the rest of his life. If this video can reach 5k likes, I will do the peon dance once again, try to be better at the choreography, and I will actually wear the entire peon outfit. I'll try to find a cosplay, the best of my abilities, to wear the outfit and match it with the mask and all that, and do a follow-up video, like I said, if this video hits 5k likes. I'm working hard to improve.
Once again, Chibi showed to the world how mature he is by responding to criticism with a cope video where he doesn't really address the harassment he receives, not from me for a change, but from someone else. Once again, he changes the meaning of words, since he wasn't called ugly as the thumbnail of this video implies. He was called a nigga pedo, which doesn't make any sense as an insult and he could have just ignored it, but instead of that he chose to make a video about it where he doesn't address the actual reason he was called that. He made it to be about harassment in general, and he doesn't even use the actual insult someone used against him. In case you wonder why he was called a nigga pedo, it's because he said Boruto was so bad it got cancelled, that's it. After several months of brainless positivity, he was negative for once and instantly people turned against him. Because that's how he sold himself to the public, by being a manlet who is always positive no matter what. The moment he stops being positive, they turn against him. More specifically, a black guy on Twitter who was a Boruto fanboy responded like all insane people respond on Twitter by calling him a nigga pedo, which has nothing to do with the reason he was so pissed off with Chibi. The same way the Chibits who flagged all my videos and shut down my first channel did it for reasons that had nothing to do with Chibi crying on screen because I exposed his lies. And Chibi showed how much he had matured since that time by calling this guy to be chronically online as if it's some sort of an insult, when Chibi, his fanboys, and most young people are all chronically online. They don't have a job, they don't have any responsibilities, and they are looking at their smartphones almost all day long. How does that not make Chibi chronically online when that is how he makes a living for a decade? Why is he using it to dodge criticism when that is what he's doing for over a decade? And why did he make a video talking about harassment when he changes the meaning of words and does not address what happened to him? This is childish cope coming from someone who constantly promises to improve himself and hasn't changed a bit for a decade. And by the way, this drama was caused because people want to defend Boruto of all things. This is the hill you wanna die on, defending a show nobody watches or likes? What a shitfest! Why would anyone want to be a Boruto fan after this? So he can go around calling people nigga pedos and being called chronically online by someone who is as chronically online as he is? Mulder in anime, what a mistake!
Netflix's live-action Avatar: The Last Airbender series is toning down the sexism. This right here is very important. It's one of the moments within the show that showcases Sokka's character development. That as an individual, he realized his viewpoint and how sexist he was wrong. He had a very wrong outlook on the world, and he grew as a person, which made people love Sokka's character after this, because people grew to respect him. Seeing a person go from very shallow or someone with just a very narrow viewpoint that was really awful into someone that was more open-minded was a very wonderful experience, and it taught a very powerful lesson of kids watching this show. I know it did for me. Avatar's influence is very important. I can respect its influence. It has a very big impact, at least in culture. I don't know why Netflix has the audacity to ruin it when their main audience are the original fans. It doesn't need to be watered down. They're adults now. They grew up with the original show. This is gross. It really is. This series found out that it's basically Super Sentai, but a deconstruction of it. I have never watched a Super Sentai anime. If you actually do have media literacy, I like how the show is a subversion of the normal Power Ranger vibe. I have never sat down and actually dedicated time to watching a traditional Super Sentai show. If you actually do have media literacy, as someone that, does like deconstructions, it's never something that I just went out of my way and I wanted to see. Because, I don't know, didn't really have a reason to. If you actually do have media literacy, the ending visuals of the show reference normal tropes of Super Sentai. I never went out of my way to watch a Super Sentai show. If you actually do have media literacy, there's probably a lot of nitty-gritty references to traditional stuff, while also flipping it on its head and doing something very unique. I have never watched a Super Sentai anime. If you actually do have media literacy, I love these type of stories. It's like one of the reasons why I liked Gushing Over Magical Girls last season, is that it was kind of a subversion of the normal tropes. We definitely needed this low angle shot of our main female lead bending over and saying, "I am sorry." This is the offer of Mushoku Tensei Jobless Reincarnation, and he basically calls out those that, let's say, will talk about a series, act like they know everything about a said series, while not even watching or reading said series. They get their information from, let's say, a Wikipedia page, they get their information from maybe a brief summary video, or a 1-minute TikTok video, and then they go on to spout out all this different information about the series from very limited knowledge that they currently know, which is most likely very inaccurate, which leads to more problems in the future, and then they start critiquing the work because they feel like they know everything about it, thanks to a very brief, let's say, 1-minute video on the said story. If you're gonna critique it, at the very least have some media literacy and read the said story. We're in a age right now to where people are becoming lazier and lazier, and they want the instant kick of dopamine, that energize energy in their brain, and then they don't care about anything else. People like to critique things, talk about things, or engage with things because they see a lot of people talking about it, but they don't know anything about it because they just want to be a part of the herd, they want to be a part of the community, and they want to talk about it. I think more people really need to take this advice. There's too many people right now in this world that will critique something or like talk about something when they know next to nothing about it. There's too many people that will engage with something and remain ignorant just to remain ignorant because they don't really care. They're only a part of the conversation because it is what is big to talk about at that current moment.
The way that Sandman worded it made it sound like Oda hates theories, and it is such a profound dislike that it essentially forced a One Piece YouTuber to quit. That is, unfortunately, the narrative that spawned from this, in reality, kind of nothing statement, which also isn't helped by YouTubers who jumped onto this a bit too quickly, like say Chibi Reviews, who made a video 5 hours after Sandman's Twitter post about how horrible of a take this was from Oda. How dare he say this?
People in the West that are mentally ill have to say. People that cannot separate fiction from reality.
Getting angry and miserable over something that never actually happened. Oda never said this.
I can't wait to be cancelled for talking about this because I'm going to have someone try to call me some form of buzzword.
Chibi Reviews also played Uteron's videos with subtitles in his video, but I guess didn't watch it all the way through to find out the real reason why he was retiring, nor did he try to confirm whether or not Oda actually said the thing that his entire video was about. He just assumed.
They are not really calling him a creep or a weirdo anymore. He's amongst people that share very similar interest in him, or just they're not going to go out of their way to really judge him. He is surrounded by people that are not going to call him a creep or weirdo, and he can just do what he wants and talk about what he wants without feeling like he's getting judged.
Chibi's called out on his bullshit for yet another time, and like any other time, he just cries on screen and expects his fanboys to bail him out. He was especially stupid this time, which means he didn't mature all these years as he claims. He just got dumber. Let me break it down for you. Number 1, he says he got doxed, which is not true. Nobody hacked a spy satellite to go into the Pentagon top secret files and extracted his address. Chibi revealed his address on his own. He had it on every description of every video he used to make just so his fanboys would mail him free naked holo wall scrolls. Most of the things he owns, he didn't work for them, they were gifts of his fanboys, and he had no problem sharing his address while that kept happening. Therefore, the so-called doxing was someone sharing the information Chibi had made public for over a decade ago for effortless profit. And yet Chibi cries over a problem he caused on his own. Number 2. Chibi accused the entire Boruto community of being responsible for this not doxing, as if every fan of the show decided at the same time to share the address he made public on his own. That is obviously not what happened. It was a couple of people who happened to like Boruto. And yet he was stupid enough to accuse all of them, thus angering the entire Boruto community. Now all 10 of them hate him, because of his stupidity. Number 3. Chibi complained about those who did not dox him, also mentioning the location of his brother's grave. You know, the one who ended himself, and is now buried in the very specific location you can pinpoint with GPS? How did those people unearth such a specific bit of information? Did they explore every graveyard in America until they found the tombstone? No, Chibi told them where it is. Like the Ghoul he is, he told everyone about his dead brother and shared the location of the grave along with his address so his fanboys will feel sorry about him. He did it for pity points, so people would send him free naked hollow wall scrolls. He exploited his dead brother for profit and now cries on screen over a problem he caused on his own. Number 4. For over a decade, Chibi made sure to cry on screen every time someone was calling him out. He did the same thing to me when I pointed out years ago that he exploits his dead brother for a profit. He told everyone I made fun of him and they rushed to flag all my videos until the bots got tricked and shut down my first channel. He hasn't learned anything ever since. He keeps crying on screen every time it happens and expects others to bail him out over the address of his house and the location of his brother's grave that he shared so he can exploit his death. Do you understand how vile this is? Vile enough to sue me because he thinks I'm somehow responsible for this not doxing when I had nothing to do with it, and it's a problem he caused on his own. Chibi's going to sue me because he exploits his brother's death and accuses me. Imagine that! Number 5. The reason a few people did not dox him and simply shared the address and the location of the grave is because most of his videos and tweets are about degeneracy. He keeps posting thirsty clips, he's very positive about them, to a point he acts like a monkey on hit over animated titties. You might think, okay, he's not the only one who does that. Most anime fans are thirsty cringe lords, so what? Because this specific thirsty cringe lord also keeps on saying we should be gatekeeping a lot more so the degenerate freakazoids are not gonna keep on coming in to destroy the community with their cringe. And yet here he is, attracting the degenerate freakazoids with everything he's posting. He's a complete hypocrite. His entire fan base consists of the very people he says we should be gatekeeping, and yet he attracts them, gives them his address and his brother's grave, and then expects them to send him naked hollow wall scrolls. And what does he do when somebody points that out? He cries over a problem he caused on his own. Number 6. Chibi insists that the degenerate trash he keeps on posting for profit is just fiction. It has no effect on reality, and then asks why do people hate him for something that is not real and doesn't affect anyone. Because it does, you moron. Look around you. You don't have to work, and you are surrounded by gifts that the degenerate freakazoids gave you because you keep on showing them animated titties. Your entire career as a YouTuber is about fiction. Everything you earn is thanks to fiction, and now people are not doxing you because of fiction. But hey, it has no effect on reality, right, you moron? Number 7. Chibi has the nerve to keep on saying he's mature now. He grew up, he's not depressed. He has a girlfriend and he's not affected by all that slander he receives. And yet his entire response is the exact opposite of that. He's a 30-year-old man-child that makes effortless money by making degenerate videos for horny weirdos. He acts like a monkey on hit over animated titties when he's supposed to have a girlfriend. I wonder what kind of a girlfriend would be fine with a person who is still getting horny over animated titties. It sure shows how much he cares about her, huh? And along with all that, Chibi says he's not affected by all that and he will keep on posting whatever he likes. Yet he still cries on screen every time someone calls him out. Is this what I am not affected means in his book? And number 8, Chibi acts like he's worried about his family. He thinks his haters are gonna come to his house and murder his entire family. Aside from how unlikely this is, people don't hate Chibi's family, they hate him. If somebody actually goes there to harm him, he won't give a shit about his family. He won't even have to encounter them, since Chibi lives by himself in his own shack in the boonies. In a worst case scenario, there is not gonna be a single family member around. So basically Chibi mentioned his family for the same reason he mentioned his dead brother. For pity points. Poor little Chibi living all alone in the boonies. Your family is about to get slaughtered because a Boruto fan shared the address you made public so people can mail you free stuff. And by the way, whose fault is it that your family may be in danger in the first place? Is it the fault of those who shared the address? Where did they find the address, Chibi? Did they hack the Pentagon? No, Chibi, you gave them the address. Your family is in danger because of you. And by the way, why are they in danger now and not for an entire decade? You've been sharing the address all these years and now they are in danger? You weren't saying that while you were getting free gifts, were you, You weren't finding anything weird while you were sharing your brother's grave either. You are surrounded by degenerate material that was handed over to you by mentioning your family's address after you made a lot of degenerate freakazoids to feel sorry for you because you gave them the location of your brother's grave. And now you cry on screen about it, playing the victim card over something you caused. Poor little 30-year-old man-child, living all alone in a shack, getting presents by freakazoids, after he lures them with animated titties and makes them feel sorry for him by showing them the location of his brother's grave. Please mail him some naked hollow wall scrolls so he will feel better. You can use the address in the description. Poor little Chibi, who did nothing wrong and everyone hates him over a fiction which has no effect on reality. Thank goodness he's mature now and he's not affected by all these things. Look at him, still crying on screen and expecting his fanboys to bail him out as usual. Just another day in the life cycle of Chibi.
Take a look at what's on screen right now. Just look at that. I made this donation because he put my brother's obituary in his bio, giving my information to my brother's grave, to my family, everything. I do have a fiance, someone I love, and someone that I'm trying to, make a family with. So, that's another reason on top of that. My family has been the target of harassment. Justify doxing and harassment to my family and the desecration of my brother's grave. I have had family devastated by the stuff that has happened. And if you guys do want to donate, I would appreciate it. I will be as transparent as possible, as much as I possibly can be. I am trying to scam my viewers, my followers, into donating for a funding because you can't actually use those donation funds. You can't actually use donation funds for lawsuits. It is a lot of money for cringe. It's actually crazy. Look at this. Look at that. Oh, yes. Yes. Yes, 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 yes. It's like my Bible, okay, of Spice and Wolf right here. This is... Love the smell of it. I love that fresh book smell. So, today's a good day. I'm gonna dive right into this. Oh, God. Oh, God. Oh, there's the babe right there. Look at that. Oh, my God. Okay. Next one. When you look at what I have in my room, to my manga collection and all of that, I mean, I'm a nerd. I'm an otaku. I'm a nerd. It's very obvious when you see stuff like that. But I have to say, out of everything I've gotten over the years, these two things right here is probably the nerdiest thing. Companies don't care about you. They care if they can pull another dollar out of your wallet. But I love you guys. So what's the problem? Did he do something wrong? Did he say something wrong? People, man, really just need to get a grip. They have nothing going on in their lives whatsoever to be this upset. So what's the problem? Did he do something wrong? Did he say something wrong? Unironically, people need to get a job. So what's the problem? Did he do something wrong? Did he say something wrong? You're sitting in your house right now and not contributing anything to society. So what's the problem? Did he do something wrong? Did he say something wrong? Go touch some grass. The grass calls for you. It really does. So what's the problem? Did he do something wrong? Did he say something wrong? Be safe, stay healthy. So what's the problem? Did he do something wrong? Did he say something wrong? It is very damning, and it definitely leads into just showcasing the manipulation tactics that these card companies are currently doing to Japan, and forcing them to basically censor, all in the name of, it's pretty obvious, money. It all started clicking in my head. I'm like, it all makes sense now. It all makes sense now why this is happening. There was a otaku matchmaking site made for otakus, aka those that are like anime, manga fans, and light novel fans, etc., to be able to meet like-minded individuals in Japan and be able to go on a date with them, to be able to meet them and find a romantic partner. This dating app is basically associated with anime and manga, otakus in general. And one thing in particular, anyone that knows anything about Japanese society, the birth rates are a big fundamental issue within Japan. So with these card companies effectively backing out from a dating site, and of any dating site, a dating site for those that are just straight up like shut-ins, people that don't normally interact with a lot of people, going on a dating app to find someone that's like-minded and find a romantic partner, that is a red alert. It all started clicking in my head. I'm like, it all makes sense now. It all makes sense now why this is happening. So, at the end of the day, it's them just wanting to make more money. That's it. It's not even about censorship or even protecting their brand image like, you know, what they try to say. It's them just trying to make as much money as possible by manipulating the merchants. It all started clicking in my head. I'm like, it all makes sense now. It all makes sense now why this is happening. Continuously calling these individuals out is the only way to stop them from truly being as evil as they currently are. It comes down to people really are so morally bankrupt that they are vile. Like, they will say anything to be able to get a reaction, and it's crazy. It is absolutely insane how unhinged people are. These people are not fans, they don't deserve manga, they don't deserve to be a part of these communities. The fact that they're willingly saying stuff like that, even if it is in a joking manner, is wild. We're only a day after Christmas, and people are doing some foul stuff. Whoever participates in stuff like this, like legitimately saying some horrendous stuff like that, you need to never touch a manga again. You do not deserve to have any form of joy from the entertainment industry. You keep scrolling down, you'll see some even more unhinged stuff. It gets worse. Way worse than what I've shown. Yeah, man. Crazy stuff, dude. I cannot believe how foul people are being today. I saw this in my feed, I asked about it, but now I've just been seeing it non-stop, and I'm like, can people be normal for like 5 minutes? Like, we're literally 1 day after Christmas, and we have people doing this. Like, bro, chill. It pretty much all stems from Sanji simping for Bonnie a little bit. You see him heart-eyesing Bonnie. This is sickening. You can see a bunch of individuals just going out of their way to creating fan art for my OC, and I just can never truly repay just what you all have done for me. There's been memes created of my OC, there's been just beautiful fan art created of my OC, and it's crazy just seeing the reaction from a lot of these individuals is absolutely insane to me. I really appreciate everyone out there that has went out of their way to just create fan art for me. They are sick, they are gross, these people need to be called out, they are vile, and anything they latch onto, literally, they just bring devastation to the community and the industry. This art trend that I've continuously seen from everyone has just been outright fantastic. I absolutely am sick to my stomach just seeing how widespread you see some of these comments, how these people are acting, thinking it's a-okay. There's obviously a lot of fan service content created for my OC, which is completely fine with me. It's insane how many people are legitimately doing stuff like this. These people don't deserve anime. Honestly, they need to be locked up in an asylum. It is absolutely gross. Thank you, everyone, for just being very supportive. I really appreciate it. They're legitimately parasites. They feed and destroy where they go, and then they straight up, once they're done, you know, feeding on the husk that remains, they move on to the next. It's the only thing that really I can say I could do is just to never stop uploading, never stop talking about what I love, and never bend the knee to those that force me to change my ways of how I am. It is mentally ill people that have continuously managed to get a platform and allowed to do stuff like this, and build these echo chambers to allow stuff like this to happen, where they can get credibility or happiness, because it's like, oh look, I got 800 likes on this, clearly people agree with me, clearly I'm in the right. It's gross, man. It's really gross. This art trend has really just proven to me just how supportive you guys are. There's a lot of you out there that are just very silent, you might not say anything, but you sit there and you try to support me in any way you can. I just find it so ironic that this group, Collective Shout, that has done so much damage, are acting like there's false allegations against them when they have been caught in lie after lie, showcases how hypocritical they are.
Oh my, Chibi accusing others for what he does as well. How new and refreshing.
Collective Shout is just such a malicious group that legit have nothing going on in their lives. They have nothing better to do but then go after fiction.
The same way you have nothing better to do with your life beyond squeezing your balls for the past 2 decades and defending fiction, even when it sends you to hospital.
They lie. They actively lie so easily. They've been caught in so many lies. So I can't really believe that they've been under a cyber attack. If I had to assume when they say cyber attack, they're more or less saying criticism, people calling them out for their lies.
The same way you're caught lying all the time and then you cry on screen insisting you're being attacked without provocation instead of accepting criticism.
We have been bombarded with threats, our images have been morphed into porn, we have been doxxed, haters have circulated our photos and tried to find our home addresses. They're not necessarily hiding their information, so you can't necessarily say that this is a dox when they legitimately are actively showcasing everything here.
And yet, when others shared the public information you openly had in all your videos, you were crying about being doxxed. But when the same thing happens to someone you don't like, oh, that's not doxing.
There are currently hundreds of YouTube videos slandering us. What has caused this vicious pile-on?
The same way you are gooning for decades over the sexualization of minors, and then you wonder why there are thousands of people that turned against you.
I wonder what caused it. Was it because you decided to actually defend exploitation of people, kids?
Something you are definitely never doing.
They are not going to stop watching you, and they are going to make sure that you never get away with what you've done before.
Exactly what we're doing right now.
Our enemies are trying to destroy our operating systems. They've gone after our global allies, charitable partners, ambassadors, and other backers.
The same way you think the normies want to take away your animated porn and you want your fellow porn addicts to protect it, so you can all be at the hospital together after squeezing your balls for decades.
Donate $1,000 and protect Collective Shout. Protect those that don't want to protect children. They're begging for money.
The same way you are begging for money so you can protect yourself from the fictional doxing, and you didn't sue anyone with that money, but instead you wasted them on porn that got you to hospital because you couldn't stop squeezing your balls.
They got everybody to focus them, and if they would have stayed quiet, they wouldn't have said anything. It's very likely that none of this would have happened towards their group.
Exactly what we're doing right now.
I don't know how this group was able to get away with it for so long.
The same way you were getting away with it for so long.
Sometimes you fall on your own sword. In this case, that's kind of what they did.
Yep.
Japanese political party wants video games and anime to be put under state authority to make sure they're wholesome. Incest-themed games were removed from the store. Credit card companies like Visa and MasterCard decided to censor more content. Incest-themed games were removed from the store, disallowing games that violate the rules and standards set forth by payment processors. Incest-themed games were removed from the store. They are very outspoken about censoring fictional content that is not real.
That's nothing to be embarrassed about.
They legitimately believe that this fictional content is hurting people and that it should not exist.
Of course I have hug pillows around. There is no, moral hierarchy of cringe.
People that are so outspoken and trying to censor so much content that could be questionable or taboo, the same individuals will deflect and try to make you focus on illegal video game emulation while also trying to cover up the Epstein list.
People using whataboutisms all but directly admit that they don't have any logically sound arguments themselves, and that they are unable to argue in a constructive, goal-oriented way.
Seeing so many people actively trying to just completely remove fictional content that makes people uncomfortable, but then in the same turn remain completely silent about what is currently going on, for instance with the Epstein list.
When a critical point or question is being countered with another question that doesn't have anything to do with the topic at hand.
The very same people that were buzzwording me months ago and still do to this day have remained, oddly enough, very silent about the whole cover-up with this Epstein list.
We should use less plastic to protect the environment. Candidate B responds that there are problems that are far more important, such as the famine in South Sudan.
For some reason, they are not mentioning it. But when it comes to fictional stories, questionable content that makes people uncomfortable when they read, oh yeah, that needs to be censored or removed.
The purpose of whataboutism generally isn't to contribute to a topic in a constructive way.
But when it comes to actual criminals that are still walking free, and potentially tax money, at least in the United States, is going to paying and allowing these people to walk free, they're oddly enough very silent about it.
The goal instead is to try and steer away from difficult topics.
Political individuals, people in positions of power around the world, not just the United States, actively trying to censor fictional content. But then when it comes to something like one of the biggest scandals, silence. Complete silence. Or trying to say it doesn't exist, or it isn't real, it's a hoax, or it's a conspiracy theory.
To deflect questions without giving a substantial answer.
Am I nuts for pointing this out? Like, am I crazy for pointing this out? Type of people that are mentally ill want the exact same thing, total control over these different things to where you can only view it in a certain way. It's questionable. It really is.
When the United States denounced the Soviet Union's prison camps during the Cold War, they countered with, "And you lynch black people."
I've seen the actual fall of anime and manga slowly, like a death rattle, slowly creeping up as the years go on by. Incest-themed games were removed from the store. I've been very annoyed seeing just so many people going out of the way to really just jump through hoops and loops, trying to defend censorship on content that makes them uncomfortable, but then when it comes to actual problems, nothing. They don't say anything.
Anne, for example, complains about the gender pay gap, and Kevin responds that women in Saudi Arabia aren't even allowed to drive.
It isn't real, or it doesn't exist. It's weird. That's a weird thing to say. Mentally ill people that just want to call you any form of buzzword if you watch a show like this.
I'm healthy, aren't I? I'm fucking sick.
Your account, Chibi Reviews, has been suspended for violating the X rules. I got banned for literally saying, "We stay winning." I'm just being transparent. It was literally just the entire Priscilla scene, basically, at the beginning of the episode. There is no showing of any form of, like, nudity, aka, like, showing actual nips. I'm just being transparent. There's nothing being shown within this clip. Nothing that would be classified, I would assume, as breaking X rules. I'm just being transparent. I got my account suspended for literally saying "we stay winning" in a clip that's an anime clip that doesn't show anything. I'm just being transparent. I would assume this is probably a false flag situation. I mean, I've been getting a lot of reports against my account and how my family and everything got put in danger. From the bottom of my heart, I love anime and manga and our entire community. You always put me in a good mood. I literally posted this today. Crazy stuff, man. Actually crazy.
Okay, the comments I got in the previous Chibi video prove that many of you are One Piece fanboys. You have reading comprehension problems. You don't get what the video you're watching is about. It was never about Twitter allowing smut or not. It was about a 30-year-old baby that can't stop lying about everything he does. It's right there on the title. Does it say Twitter or X anywhere? For this reason, you're forcing me to make another Chibi video that further proves what should be obvious all along. Please stop reading One Piece because it clearly destroyed your reading comprehension, and pay attention to what this porn addict is saying.
I got banned for literally saying, "we stay winning." Basically getting undressed and then dressing and all that, and it's a very fan service heavy. I'm so happy, man. I'm so happy to have this preview trailer, man. There is no showing of any form of, like, nudity. Very shameless. Great. And it's going to be uncensored. Also very great. My goodness, it looks so good, dude. It looks so good. There's nothing being shown within this clip. The animators and everyone, they don't care. They're going to show everything. And I really like that. I'm so happy, man. I'm so happy to have this preview trailer, man. That's an anime clip that doesn't show anything. If we're getting content that's obviously uncensored to, like, the fan service, we're going to continue getting that going forward. And I'm very happy about that. My goodness, it looks so good, dude. It looks so good. I got banned for literally saying, "we stay winning." Yes, this is a very important scene. We definitely needed a full back shot scene. I really do appreciate that. I extremely appreciate that. I'm so happy, man. I'm so happy to have this preview trailer, man.